Good morning. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Wednesday, February 5th, and we are at 5:27, just about 3 minutes away from 5:30 this morning. We're also at that time to check on in with our friend meteorologist Megan Dusmal for a look at the forecast. And Megan, we are all about that rain today and all about that rain in the days to come. So let us know, what should we do to prepare for this rain, and when is it really going to be happening?
Well, Amelia, for right now, we're in the clear. We have those clouds, but as we're continuing into the next couple hours, that's when we're going to start to see those rain chances increase. We're looking at that slight chance for the morning and midday hours, but once we're hitting that afternoon, evening hour, that's when we're hitting that sweet spot. That's when those rain chances will be increasing, and we'll continue to see heavy rain until we're heading into the overnight hours, when the storm chances start to light up across eastern Kentucky. Again, satellite and radar is nice and clear right now, just watching the clouds move on through. Temperatures, though, are on the warmer side of things. We're looking in the upper 30s and low 40s, and these temperatures will track up into the forecast highs, but they will not go down overnight. We'll continue to see these temperatures warm up. We are looking at the 50s as we head to the center portion of our region, 60s to the south of it, and 40s to the north of that. So that's why you're seeing Jackson 46, Moorhead 41, and then on the opposite end of the area, we're looking at 66 in Jacksboro. Here's the next 12 hours, just watching as that temperature tracks upward, continuing to warm up into your Thursday. Amelia.
Thank you, Megan. In Madison County, police arrested a 75-year-old man involved in a deadly shooting. Stephen Gerlach was wanted for questioning following the shooting that happened Monday night on Baldwin Street in Berea. In his arrest warrant, officers recovered surveillance footage of the shooting, showing Gerlach sitting in a car speaking to the victim before a muzzle flash. The victim was taken to the hospital, where she was later pronounced dead. Gerlach is charged with murder. A school resource officer for McCreary County Schools was hurt after she was hit by a school bus on Monday afternoon. It happened while SRO Angie Vanover was directing traffic at dismissal time. The bus was pulling out of the Pine Knot Primary School onto Highway 92. School officials say it's an area that gets very congested. There were students on the bus at the time, and they were kept on the bus until it was safe for them to be picked up by a parent or even put on another bus. Superintendent Brian Crawford says there were extra counselors at all schools in the district yesterday for students to talk to.
I sent a separate email to my faculty and staff, and they knew that any kid that needed to, or they felt like maybe was having a hard moment, was instructed to send the kids to those counselors.
Vanover was flown to UK hospital for her injuries. She's reportedly in stable condition. The McCreary County Sheriff's Office is investigating. They say it's still unclear what exactly happened, but they are reviewing video from the bus's onboard camera, and that footage will not be able to be released until the investigation is finished. One area school district is working on plans to better protect its schools. WYMT's Buddy Forbes spoke to administrators in Martin County about a potential campus police force.
The Martin County School District is focusing in on safety.
Last month, we took the first step on saying that we want to create our own police department.
Planning to answer the state's requirement that public schools employ school resource officers by building a new police force.
It seems like we're always under the school shootings. Saw one today in Sweden. I think it'll make our students feel safer, our staff feel safer, our community feel safer.
Superintendent Larry James says he has been discussing the plans with other districts, building it from the ground up. He says it will be the only way to see SROs in the county, since the Sheriff's Department is already overworked and understaffed, despite their best efforts to bring in new faces.
This is just to help. Hopefully it'll take some of the load off him, because he's kind of spread thin, and like I said, just another layer of protection.
Other school districts like Pikeville Independent have seen success with their programs, saying it is a great addition to the area law enforcement and provides opportunities to partner for a wider safety net for the students.
The local districts who have done this have all kind of felt that same way, and a ton of credit to districts who are kind of making that transition and just trying to again add that piece.
Pikeville Superintendent David Trimble says their program has been a success since it was created more than 2 years ago.
The process has been really seamless thanks to all the help we've had from districts who have done this before us, and then ultimately we've placed 2 more adults in our buildings who our kids trust.
James says the plan for Martin County is still in its early stages, but the work is being done behind the scenes to make it a reality. even if it means a slow rollout.
I'd love to have one in every, right from the beginning, have an SRO at each school, but that's the priority is high school age kids and middle school age kids.
Saying the students and communities would benefit from the on-campus officers. In Martin County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
James says there is already interest from some certified officers who would fit the bill for the positions, but hiring will come after all the details are worked out. A man was arrested following complaints about shots being fired in Clay County. The incident happened last Friday at a home on 199 Radio Hill Road. When police arrived at the home, they asked Michael Perkins to come out of the house. Police later found holes in walls that were shot through. He was charged with wanton endangerment and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. In Clay County, crews responded to a house fire. Emergency 911 notified the Manchester Fire Department about the fire at around 3:45 in the morning. When crews arrived, they discovered that the fire was coming from the rear corner of the home. Personnel were able to get a dog out once they went inside. 2 people were taken to the hospital after a house fire in Perry County. Crews from several departments responded to the fire on Hardburley Road. The home was heavily damaged. It's not known what started the fire. The condition of those taken to the Hazard ARH are not yet known. Some are concerned after Harlan ARH announced it is ending labor and delivery services at the hospital. This is effective Friday, February 28th. Officials say the decision comes after careful consideration and reflects a steady and significant decline in demand for those services at Harlan ARH during the past several years. Officials say the change impacts no other hospital services. Tariff negotiations between leaders in Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. are leaving Kentucky consumers wondering what that could mean for the cost of their groceries, gas, and other necessities. Grayson Passmore spoke to a political science expert and those with AAA about things you can do to prepare for the possibility of tariffs.
With news out of Washington constantly changing, political science experts say the best thing you can do right now is to not panic.
If we completely stop buying things, if we stop going out, if we stop doing the things that we like, not only that's bad for our mental health, but it can also be bad for the economy.
The chair of the political science department at Georgetown College, Guillermo Silva, says you can also start learning about food and items locally produced either here in Kentucky or nationally.
There is a good chance that inflation will set in. There is a good chance that certain products will disappear and other products will suddenly become much more expensive. Can we live without those products?
Some people are also worried the tariffs will create higher gas prices. Lori Weaver-Hawkins with AAA says it's too soon to know now, but she can guarantee we'll see prices rise in March and April regardless.
Summer blends of gasoline are actually more expensive to produce than winter blends, simply the laws of supply and demand.
But Weaver-Hawkins doesn't believe changing prices at the pump from tariffs or warmer weather will keep people home.
I think what goes on is that people just sort of adjust their trips in other ways. So maybe they don't buy as much. They don't go as much shopping at their destination.
In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
AAA offers tips to drivers to increase your fuel efficiency. That includes keeping your vehicle maintenance up to date, mapping out official routes for travel, watching your speed, and avoiding rush hour traffic. Nonprofits across the state are still trying to figure out their next steps after recent confusion about federal aid. Last week, the White House said it was pausing federal grant spending. They reversed that decision on Wednesday. Last night, those with the Kentucky Equal Justice Center say they suspended operations because of the confusion, but never stopped helping people.
Suspending operations really just meant that we were trying to prioritize our people, our staff, the community who needs us, and our clients and partners.
Since last week, the organization says with the help of the community, they raised almost $500,000. They say that funding will help make sure staff can continue to work in the community. The Kentucky General Assembly is officially back in session. Yesterday, Kentucky House Democrats, the minority party, announced their priorities, ranging from things like teacher raises to public safety reform. The Kentucky Senate also voted to cut the Kentucky income tax yesterday afternoon. It would make the rate 3.5% starting in 2026. It's now headed to the governor, and he's expressed support for it. State Senator Scott Maiden was appointed to the Energy and Environment Committee of the Council of State Governments Southern Office. The former Pineville mayor joined Senator Brandon Smith on the committee. In a statement, Senator Maiden says Kentucky plays a vital role in the Southern energy sector. The annual Military Kids Day at the state capitol is now set for February 25th. It will feature activities to honor and celebrate the children of military families. It will also allow military children a unique opportunity to see the legislative process firsthand. If you want to participate in the event, we have details about this on our website, WYMT.com. Representative Bobby McCool of Van Leer is the chair of the House of Representatives Veteranizm, Military Affairs, and Public Protection Committee. He says, quote, "It's a privilege to provide this experience to families who sacrifice so much for our country. Children of parents or guardians who serve sacrifice time away from those who love them most, all for the benefit of this great nation that deserves our full and undivided attention." When we return, the Sabrina Carpenter and Dolly Parton fans await the two icons collaboration.
And make sure you grab the umbrella this morning. Rain is on the way.